Yep, nice and easy. We're done with that though. Is it the jump rope? Yeah. Whenever I skip rope, I can't use these wireless headphones. They fall right out of my ears. So of course, it would be helpful if I could get the rope itself not to fall out of my hands. Finish my protein shake and then we'll hit this. New name, who this? Yes, sir. For those of you who don't know me, my name is BullMuscle. For those of you who know me as Beer Battered Aggie, yes, I'm going through a rebrand. This seems like a pretty good time to talk about that, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm a die-hard Aggie.
The eyes of Texas are upon you. That is the song they sing so well. Sounds like hell! So goodbye to Texas University. We're gonna beat you all to chigga-roo-ga-rim, rough, tough, real stuff, Texas A&M. Goodbye.
We get a little bit more all. So why can't I click all? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Nice. Alright, let's do one more bronze bar. If you adopt the mindset, good morning and welcome on in, everybody. I'm your host, BullMuscle. It is Saturday morning in the South, which means it is game day if you follow college football, the greatest sport in the United States. And as the title might suggest, my Fight Texas Aggies got one hell of a fight. Really competitive game up ahead of them today. They're taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And, well, I'm excited, very nervous. This is the true litmus test. Is A&M a legitimate contender or not? It's very simple. If we can beat Alabama, we are. If we cannot, we're sitting at 4-2 again. And 4-2, if you extrapolate that record, is going to be 8-4, which is not a legitimate contender. 8-4 is not a bad team, but it's a team that left quite a bit on the table. I think it doesn't. I'm an A&M fan. I shouldn't have to explain why 8-4 is something I know. I think that one's quite self-explanatory. Anyway. Morning on this crisp fall day. I'd like to say it's crisp here. It's not. It's already in the 70s, which is a bit disappointing. We were supposed to get into the low 60s this morning. It did not, and I was kind of counting on that because today's squat day, and colder weather really, really helps on these big compound exercises. So did not get that today, unfortunately. What we are going to do, let's get started though. My lower back and upper back are pretty sore today. The upper back is sore from yesterday where I did bent over rows. I hit them pretty hard, 4 sets of 7 to 9 at 175. And normally that wouldn't be a huge deal, except for that my lower back is still acting up. I can feel it in a specific location. So this was, it's right here, right above the belt line and just off to the right of my spine. And it doesn't feel like I've pulled something there. It just doesn't feel quite right. It's a strange feeling, and it hasn't quite felt right since I slept funny one night on my little trifold mattress when I had a guest over. So I got to figure out what's going on there. That's my problem. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse not to lift. So. It's about 46 here. Should I trade you? It says it's 67 out. It's already into the 70s in here. Pec bounce though. Here, it's game day, so hullabaloo, connect, connect, hullabaloo, connect, connect. Old Army does it once. Beat the hell out of Alabama. Hey, whoop! There you go. Maybe a pinched nerve or a slip disc. Now, I know it's not a slip disc or a nerve, because I've had nerve issues in the lower back before, and when I have them, it's one of those things where you feel that nerve all the way down to your feet, and I don't feel that. It's just it's small localized pain, which tells me I think it's just a muscle that got overused or overworked, or that got slept on funny, and now it's just having trouble getting back to where it's supposed to be. I tried stretching it out some this morning. Actually, I'm gonna do a few calisthenics here, just double twists. Try and loosen it up just a touch more. Couple good mornings. No, wait, just. We'll see how it feels. I would like to hit today fairly heavy. I'd like to do a normal, 3 sets at 315. We're gonna see. I'm gonna go through my normal progression, and if my back just says stop, I'm gonna listen to it. It's not worth getting hurt over, especially since I'm on a cut cycle anyway. I just have to accept that my numbers may not necessarily be as good as they would be on a bulk or maintenance. That said, I ate a maintenance level of calories yesterday. Still lost weight because I was doing a shit ton of yard work, but at 2,900 calories, I basically ate an entire Costco rotisserie chicken by myself, and it was glorious. So they're 3 pounds, on average, is 48 ounces. And a serving is 3 ounces. But a large chunk of that, being a rotisserie chicken, is going to be bones, fat, juices, that sort of stuff that you don't end up eating. So I reckon yesterday I ate more or less the entire thing. Dodger had a little bit. So I'm guessing I probably had about 2 pounds worth. It's about 10 servings. It's about 1,400 calories just in one meal. And it's almost 200 grams of protein. So, it was good from that sense. King Nick, good to see you. I already know what you're gonna ask. There you go. All right, let's see how this feels. I'm gonna take it slow today. I don't have anything else to do. Because I went to Costco, I did all my grocery runs yesterday late. Spent way too much money, and I made my homemade bourbon slushy. Speaking of, good luck to the Kentucky Wildcats today. They have a great game coming up. That is going to be worth watching. Speaking of bourbon, just got basic old Silas Jones, because if it's going in a cocktail, it's especially a mixer cocktail like that where it's a slushy, it doesn't, you wouldn't put Pappy Van Winkle in that. Big Red Fro, you've got to be a bourbon man. I feel like I haven't asked you enough about bourbon, but I feel like I should, just because you're from the state that does it. Seriously, people like to shit on Kentucky and say, oh, Kentucky's not really the South, Kentucky's not really the South. No, Kentucky is the front lines of the South. They are responsible for absorbing the crap known as Cincinnati chili and preventing it from spreading southwards. They are in an honest and noble fight against the Ohio menace. So, hats off to you, Kentucky. Keep doing you. All right, let's get some work. Let's get to work. Enough joking around. All right, here we go. Just gotta find the right music track. That'll work, that'll start. All right, nothing too crazy, just gonna start with front squats, see how the back's feeling, see how the legs are feeling, wake it up. Alright, that felt surprisingly good. That's a good sign. Bourbon balls, but not straight whiskey. My face would be Woodford Reserve or Four Roses. A man of culture from the great Commonwealth. Have you ever had, it's Colonel Taylor? That's good stuff. I've had, okay, so the best whiskey I've ever had from the United States is Blanton's. I have a cousin who lives in the town of Smithfield, Virginia. Yes, the town that makes the ham. And he is a bourbon aficionado. He's been searching for Pappy, but unfortunately, because he lives in a fascist regime, that is the state of Virginia, finding good bourbon is really difficult. And Smithfield, if you don't know, is in Isle of Wight County, which is close to Williamsburg. In other words, yes, Virginia borders Kentucky, but he would have to travel the length of the state the long way to get there. So unfortunately for him, it's quite difficult to do. Most of the time, he sneaks across the Great Dismal Swamp to Carolina, that's North Carolina, and gets bourbon there. Because again, Virginia is run by fucking fascists. Not really, but like, your alcohol laws are really stupid, Virginia. Fix them. Your cops are also way too fucking aggressive with speeders. It does not make sense to imprison someone for a night for going over the speed limit. I don't care how fast they were going. It's a waste of taxpayer money. It's stupid. Woodford Reserve. Yeah, and he'd have to cross the mountains to get there. I mean, he's a Hokie. He went to Blacksburg, so he's done that, but, you know. Blacksburg, or should I say the base part of Virginia. I like that part of Virginia. Shenandoah's that western peninsula, or I don't know what you call it, it's not a peninsula, but that western sort of chunk, southwestern part of Virginia that everybody in Richmond forgets about all the time. That part of Virginia. Okay, this is a bit too high. How am I supposed to ask y'all if I'm going for good depth if the camera angle's fucked? It's only 20. Let's see how we feel on this. I'm feeling a bit cautious. Tasted other, yeah. The Wise area, we played UVA. Wise when I was in college. Yeah. Like Galax, Blacksburg, that part where you head out of West Virginia then to North Carolina. It's 77. 77 takes you all the way to Columbia. So last year, about this time actually, for my uncle's 70th birthday, actually this was just in December, excuse me, wasn't this time, but I went all the way up to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and that's the route I took. Why I chose the Appalachian Mountains in the Shenandoah Valley in winter, a I'll admit, questionable decision on my point. It worked out, except for that the second I entered the Keystone State, the roads turned into fucking washboards. How is it that Pennsylvania has the highest gasoline tax in the nation and the worst roads in the nation? Get your shit together, Pennsylvania. Yeah, one step to the left, you enter Bristol, home of one of my favorite football games. It doesn't happen often anymore, but there used to be a rivalry where Virginia Tech would play Tennessee in the super speedway in Bristol, right on the state border. And I think that's fantastic. I'm not normally a fan of neutral site games, but that's a terrific idea. Understanding one, welcome on in. So yeah, we're going pretty slow this morning. My back is not, oh! I think I may have just fixed it. I don't know if y'all heard that pop. Wow. Nope. Anyway, my back is not very happy with me this morning, so I'm kind of taking it a bit more gingerly than I otherwise would. I may reduce volume today and just live with it. It's not worth getting hurt over. Not today. I have too much, so the reason I'm saying that too is I have so much yard work I need to get done, and I got a ton of it done yesterday, so I'm probably already a bit sore from that. Like, I did a pull day, so my back's already sore. And this is both upper and lower. And then I did loads and loads of yard work yesterday. I still have tons to do, so I don't want to put myself out of commission for the rest of the weekend. BW Los, you have so many followers. Yeah, we're creeping up on 1,800. It's possible for me to get 2,000 by the end of the year. That'd be pretty cool. I think at the current rate, we're probably not, but we'll get close. Maybe I'll make a push. I don't know. I'll be honest, I've kind of stopped caring about how many followers I have. It's great, I love new people, but I care a lot more about people who stick around and actually chat and hang out than just people who follow and then lurk. Like, I'm happy that you're here if you're lurking. Don't misunderstand, but I care more about the people who actually talk than you. Just because, like, you know, I know them and I don't know you. I'm always very happy when longtime lurkers finally muster up the courage to put in that first comment, even if it's just a hi. Okay. We got 275 here. I'm going to go on this for reps. We're going to see how we're feeling. If I feel good doing this, we're going to go up to 315. If I don't, we'll reevaluate. Come on, strong like bull. Yeah, we're low on power today. I think we're going to stick to 275. My back's really protesting. I think doing 315 would be really unwise. Sometimes you have to listen to your body. It sucks, but... Oh. We're gonna take it easy. How was my depth? I felt like I wasn't really going very deep the first few reps. Because normally I can 10 rep 315 with no problems. You were like a rubber band. Is that a good thing? Understanding one. No, like I'm thrilled understanding when you're always in here, you're chatting. It's always good because I feel like I get to know you, you get to know me. ZZ, thanks for the first time chat. Welcome to the bullpen. The pain looked like as if it was impacting your form. I think you're right. See again, normally at this point, see I'd rep out a set of 15 to 20 on that. I thought I'd go to 315, but I'm not sure that's a good idea today. I'm debating if I want to go up to 315 and down on reps, or stay at 275 and try to build up to 20 rep sets. I'm not really sure. Because I've got more gas in the tank than a 10 rep set there. I'm just not sure what I want to do. I'm trying to stretch out just a little bit. All right, thanks for popping in, Trigger Bell. But thanks for sticking in. Thanks for speaking up there, ZZ. I appreciate that. Just let it hang for a minute. Yeah. I think all right. I think I've got a game plan here. I'm gonna try, something's not happy down there. I think I'm gonna try a second set at 275. If I can build it up past 15 reps, I'm gonna try and go up to 315 after that. I don't know, I had to stop squats for a week after I tweaked my back. Back pain is no joke. That's true. Well, I mean, so it's a combination of things. So I deadlifted real heavy. What would that have been? That would have been on Tuesday? No, wait. Today's leg. Did pull yesterday. Push Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday. So So it's been 4 days. It's been 4 days since I did my last leg day, and I was doing deadlifts. You know, with deadlifts, naturally you're gonna use a little bit more of your back. Now, my back wasn't hurting too bad after doing the deadlift sets. I think I may have slept on it funny since then. I don't know if I hurt my back or not. I feel like it's just highly gained sesh, looking small today. I'm trying to figure out what to do about my back right now. It's not really responding well. I did a lot of yard work yesterday was the other factor. So I did a pull day yesterday, so that's a lot of like bent over rows. And that's not, you know, at 175, that's not gonna kill my back, right? That's not that heavy. My lats are kind of my weak point, so but that also means my upper back is pretty sore. All right, I'm gonna rep out another set of calves at 275. I'm gonna do another set of squats at 275. We'll see how I feel. It may well be that as I get further into the workout, the pain kind of resolves itself. But if it gets worse, you know, I'll just have to live with that, and we'll take it a little easier today. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes you have to know when to punt. Rather disappointing, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. All right, with that in mind, let's hit another set on calves. Actually, if I'm doing calves, I don't need it. I need my belt. All right. Yeah, it just isn't feeling Just not feeling quite 100%. I'm gonna stick to 275. We'll see how we're feeling. All right, understanding one, I appreciate that, thank you. I think I'm gonna try psyching myself up a bit here. Oh God, I hope Florida loses to Vanderbilt. That would be so fucking funny. I don't think it'll happen. I think Vanderbilt's got issues because they're pretty banged up. Oh, that would be funny though. I don't really care much about what Scooter thinks though. Dude's a jackass. I mean, to be fair, that's kind of his role. That's why he's popular. Where are you from, bro? I am. This question's always one that's a pain in the ass for me to answer. So, I currently reside in the great state of South Carolina. I am a proud American. And originally, my father served in the United States Air Force for my entire childhood. So, I'm not really from anywhere. The longest I've ever lived anywhere was College Station, Texas. This is because I went to Texas A&M for my degree. So, in terms of states, Texas is the one where I've lived the most amount of years of my life at. 4 for college, 3 for Greenville, 9. About 8 to 9 years of my life I lived in the state of Texas at 3 different locations. So do with that what you will. Kind of hard for me to answer that question. Do you support Ted Cruz? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Do you think you'll stay in your current location for a while? Maybe. I've been asked about this, and originally the plan was to stay here till I could achieve financial independence at 2025, and then the future kind of widens open. But since then, I've been approached by a couple of other nuclear engineers in the space that I work in the field that I work in, offering me some interesting opportunities elsewhere. I've talked about these at length before, but the 2 most likely candidates right now are Bremerton, that's Puget Sound Naval Shipyard, and Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. I don't know what will come of it. At this point, I am expecting a job offer. I've been told that it's almost a certainty that I will get one. And the question is going to be, how competitive is the pay, right? So, obviously, Washington and Hawaii are much higher cost of living areas than South Carolina. They have their perks, but that means I'm going to have to adjust that, right? A salary in South Carolina due to cost of living is going to be worth a lot more than that same salary in a more expensive place. Will you move for love? No, I put myself first. Hawaii does sound nice, I have to agree with that. Yeah, fuck Ted Cruz. How many days a week do I work out? You don't seem to take much break. Blind for Blind is usually 5 days a week. I usually take Thursdays off and Sundays off, and I'm starting to get the impression that I should have taken today off, but we're here, we're into the workout, I've had my caffeine, so there's no point in stopping now. All right, I'm gonna psych myself up, we're gonna try 275. Yeah, I think what I may do is reduce volume today. It's not worth risking further injury. It's only 275 though, so it's not that hard. Alright. I'll answer that question after this set. this. Strong leg pull, come on. Come on. The strength just isn't there today. Yeah, that's frustrating. Hello. I think that was 20. I lost count. All right, check chat. Countries to visit outside of the US other than Japan. Canada, Mexico, Jamaica, Germany, Austria, Portugal, Spain, South Korea, China, Singapore, Thailand, Australia. Put everything down. Blind for blindness, your hip shifts to the right, your knees inward. Yeah, okay. I was worried that was the case. So something's wrong in my lower back. I think I'm compensating a little bit. That's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna reduce volume. That's really frustrating, but I gotta listen to my body. Something ain't right today. In fact, I can only muster 12 reps on 275. I can 20 rep that normally. So yeah, I'm way down on power today. That's unfortunate. You write everything down. Do you get noticeable progression, like more muscle and more weight? Yes, normally. So as the title indicates, I'm on a cut right now. So I'm trying to get down, it's a mini cut, but it is a cut. I'm trying to get down to 205 pounds body weight by October 25th. So that's 18 days. I'll do front squats later, don't worry. I don't like Zerchers, they hurt my elbows. I think front squats are better than Zercher squats in my opinion. I don't see the value in Zercher squats as opposed to fronts. But to answer your previous question, yeah, I've seen when I write down, I can track my progress. My deadlift has gone up so I ran a bulk early this year, maintenance through like March, cut from about April to July, maintenance from July to about now, early October, doing a mini cut, so I'm going on a vacation and I want to look right in October and November, and then I'm going to bulk at the end of the year. But the cut, I've lifted for enough time, I'm advanced enough as a lifter to where I'm not going to eke out that much in the way of gains on the cut cycle. It's just, especially with squat, just too much on your central nervous system. Yeah. It's a big old booty. Many, many tacos. Yeah. Felt this piece in the Astros cheating scandal. Dancing Houston needs to signs all that talent they had. Nope. And yet somehow they still managed to lose to my favorite poverty franchise, Go Nationals. Yeah. Blind for blindness. I think the fact that my knee and my hips are compensating a little bit. It is also a little bit of a distorted camera angle. You guys aren't quite square on, so it's gonna look a little bit off. So that's gonna explain part of it, but yeah, no, for sure. I can feel my knee compensating a little bit. It doesn't hurt, and I'm not gonna get injured doing that, but it's not ideal either. So it's something I need to really focus on, try and stamp out. I'm gonna go up to 315. I think I'm only gonna do 1 or 2 sets. I'm gonna probably do no more than 6 reps. You still need to get the heavy weight in, work on that explosiveness, just get used to it. But I'm not gonna rep it for the normal 10-ish that I normally do. That's probably unwise. Oh shit, no, that's not right. I'm not gonna do 365 today. Fuck that. That's not right. I've done that. I've gotten a set of 5 at 365 before, and that's not ideal. Oh no, that's 305. There we go. This is 315. Yeah, noggin's kind of foggy today, I guess. Maybe I didn't sleep well. I don't know what it is, but definitely not at 100% today. That's okay. Some days you get like that. I think tomorrow, as opposed to doing like a boxing day or a hit day, which I'd like to do because the weather's going to be terrific tomorrow. I think the lows are going to it's going to get below 50 tonight, but I don't think it's wise. So I'm gonna probably steer away from that. 315 on there. Yeah, it's frustrating, but you gotta listen to your body. Maybe. I like how you answer very neutral to the topic and not flip out, because English is my first language. Sometimes I ask questions that could sound mean. You can hear the Dolphins, never heard of her. Oh boy, Chase Claypool. So blind, the reason for that is that, so I have had people come on and just be straight up assholes on here before, and I usually tolerate them to a certain degree. And I have a lot of people who come in internationally, right? I stream here in the mornings on the East Coast and the Southeast. Why do I stream at this hour? Well, because I live in a very hot and humid environment, and this garage does not have air conditioning. So if I want to get a halfway decent workout in, I got to do it earlier. Well, what does that mean? What it means is, of course, I'm going to attract an audience with a lot more people from Europe, Asia. So as a result, I've gotten used to that. I have the same shoes. These are just knockoff Chuck Taylors I got from Walmart for 12 bucks. Looking fantastic. I appreciate that, Joe. All right. So I'm going to get psyched up. I'm going to try 315. Actually, I'm going to do calves first. So this is just a personal thing for me. I like doing calves before doing a set of squats because it kind of preps the body to have that weight, to have that load. Your mileage may vary, but it's something I like to do. All right, it doesn't feel too bad. Any water parks in your area? I have a small one, but not really, no. So I live in a very rural area, so I don't have a lot of that kind of stuff near me. All right, I'm gonna psych myself up. We're gonna try this. I know I'm going really slow today, but this is just not something I want to risk. We're gonna see how this feels. If I have trouble getting any fewer than 6 or 7, I'm gonna quit doing anything heavy. We're gonna go down to 225 and work volume. It's just not worth it. Louie, good to see you. Man, I haven't been missing. I was here yesterday morning. I'll answer those in a minute. I'm not in Aiken, South Carolina. I'm in Aiken County. I'm just in a much more rural area. I do hamstring curls and leg curls at my site gym during weekdays, but obviously I don't have those machines here to do them. All right. See how this feels. Come on. Strong like ball. Come on. That feels pretty good. That didn't feel too bad. Might do one more set of that. Probably not much more than that though. If you saw anything in my form that I need to know about, say so. It's hard for me to tell. I usually go back after the fact and look at it. So narrowing, it's 3:15. stance of valgus. What do you mean by knees collapse? You're saying, are they like going inwards like this? Right. I didn't feel like my knees were going in there, but if they are, I'd like to know. I usually stick to a fairly wide stance just because I'm tall. I prefer a wider stance in general, but I can try that around. Israel and Hamas are feuding again. Same as it ever was. Vegas. Valgus. I've never heard of that word before. I can Google it, but I haven't got a clue what valgus means. Or Vegas, or... Okay, yeah. Okay, so valgus means the knees are coming in a bit more than they should. See, I didn't feel like they were there. I'll go back and look. I didn't feel like, I felt a little bit more of that happening at 275 than it on those reps. Didn't feel like that was happening. P00C. Was it happening on every rep, or was it just happening in the last rep or two? So I'm a bit curious now. All right, give me a sec, calves. I think this will be my last heavy set, though. There's just something in my back that's not happy today. Puts a lot of shear forces on your knees and they collapse even a bit, especially with heavy working weight. No, I get it. I get it, but are you saying that was happening on every rep I did last set? Or just one or two at the end? So I didn't feel it at all there. Sometimes I can notice, you know, it's hard to when you're in the middle of a squat set. You're focusing on, you know, getting psyched up, pushing that weight up. X Hector Alex, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. Welcome to the bullpen. Good to have you. I think it was from the beginning. You don't notice it actively only through videoing yourself or asking someone to watch your form. Yeah. So normally, all right. Well, okay. POC. If you can, please watch this set closely and see if it's still happening. I'm going to try and narrow out my stance, not a ton, but just a bit, to see if that helps. All right? And again, I think part of it is because my back is unhappy with me today, and so I think my knees are subtly compensating for that. I'm way down on power. Again, normally I can rep this for 10, 12, 13 sets, or reps per set, I should say. That's just not happening today. I do appreciate this feedback though, because again, you're right. It's very hard to tell. I mean, even if I had like a full body mirror on that side of me, it would be really hard for me to notice. Just because you're, right, the blood ain't flowing to your head. It's hard to visually process and say, oh, I did that on that set when you're working heavier weight. All right. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna move this out of the way too. That should help give you a better perspective. Oh. All right. Oh, I can't have felt it there. Come on. Come on! That felt pretty good. Second to last set. Or second to last rep, I can feel it on my knee. The rest felt pretty good. Your knees do by one at the bottom of every rep in the last set. Really? Man, I can't tell. That's frustrating. Yeah, that's something I need to fix, but I wasn't feeling that. Usually I can notice. I don't think they didn't feel like they were going there. That felt pretty good. Separated the sternum. There's some returning to man's balance. Let's see if the right that collapse at the bottom. You stand back up. Huh. That was good advice. I appreciate it. So it was better. So that set was better than the previous one. See, I love this. I really, really appreciate this kind of feedback because I'm not able to tell. So getting live feedback like this from my audience is invaluable. So I'm very, very appreciative. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna do another set of calves. I'm not sure, I'm starting to feel a bit of a second wind. My back hurts still some, but less than it was. It's definitely not right. I might do one more set. I'm not quite sure yet. That was a set of 6. I did a set of 7 there. Put the whole set for you to watch. Oh, I appreciate that. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Hopefully I can. Let's see here. This is really valuable feedback. And my phone's saying, hey, guess what you can't do? You can't watch clips. Damn, that's annoying. Come on. Well, I can't watch it on my laptop because if I do, it's going to bog OBS down. That's not ideal. Shoot. Well, thank you, Dr. Littles. I do appreciate that. I'm going to have to go back and look at it after the fact. There's nothing else I can do. I mean, can you describe, were there, oh, you said first set. This what we just did was, I believe, my 4th? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4th on back set, and I had back squats, and I had done a set of front squats previously. Yeah, all right, I've decided. I'll want more on this. But then I'm gonna go down weight, probably to 225, I reckon. I think I'll do a set of high bar at 225. I'm gonna probably not do volume at 225 with low bar. I'll probably just do one high bar set, and then we're gonna move to fronts. Then we'll do lunges, kettlebells, maybe some Bulgarians, and if I'm feeling up to it, thrusters. The 3rd set out of 4, first set I saw. I got you, okay. So not the set I just most recently did, but the one before. Yeah, awesome. Now I will go back and look at, I will go back and look at this. See, this is, again, this is what I'm saying. It's extremely valuable feedback because, right, I'll usually go back and look, but sometimes I don't because I have other things I've got going on. And when I don't, you know, I never know. With squats, I got to get that feedback. That set looked better than the first. Cool. Okay. By the way, before I go any further, depth. Okay. Now I'm a bit worried. Was I going deep enough there? So, right. I want to be crease to the hips at the top of the kneecaps. So I want to be right about here. I think a large chunk of this is ankle mobility as well. My mobility isn't very good. I'm just not very flexible. It does make it a bit harder. But if I'm not hitting parallel, right, for me parallel means crease to the hips, top of the kneecaps. I am not, and I will never be, an ass to grass squatter. This, for me, no matter what I do, this creates a rounded back, and that's a surefire way to hurt yourself. You know, this one depends on your physiology a little bit, like on your musculature, on your bone structure. Some people can do ass to grass. Some people, it's inadvisable for them to do ass to grass. I think the people who state that ass to grass is the only acceptable way to squat are being myopic. That said, I feel like you gotta go at least to parallel. I think 90 degrees doesn't quite give you the same explosiveness. It doesn't really test your glutes as well as parallel does. I think parallel's I'd like to call it the perfect compromise. You go really far below parallel too. Depends on your build, of course, but you can hurt your knees. So it's, I don't know, there are people who insist ass to grass, ass to grass, ass to grass. I call those people death Nazis. That's just, unless you are, I mean, hell, even Olympic lifters don't always go ass to grass. During the set, I clipped you deeper than parallel on every rep. Perfect, that's what I needed to hear, thank you. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. That's what I was hoping to hear. Let's hit. Let's hit Seasons in the Abyss by Slayer. Fuck. Did my headphones die? What's going on here? Don't tell me I'm out of juice on my. It makes sense, they were charging all night. There they go. No? What's going on here? Technology issues. Knees over toe stretches improved my dorsiflexion. I went from barely being able to squat to parallel low bar to squatting higher ass to grass. 202 pounds at 6'2". See, I don't see the value in squatting ass to grass personally. I think it risks too much on the injury front, and there's limited gains from it. Not to mention, a lot of people who squat ass to grass, I'm not saying you do this, but I've seen this. A lot of people who squat ass to grass will bounce off their own calves. And one, that's, you're cheating yourself there a bit. It's like bouncing the bar off your chest for a bench press. But it's also, that is a lot of stress to put on your knees. I'm just not sure that's wise. Again, it really is up to you. Okay, so it says I'm connected. Why are we not? Let me just reset the connection. So I'm trying to get music on my. This is annoying. Why are we? There we go. It's better for quad hypertrophy. I noticed a huge difference from the gains perspective. See, this is interesting. I don't think quads are my limiting factor or my limiting muscle on squats. I think it's my glutes and my hamstrings. So I don't think that would help me in general, because using your quads more on. I'm surprised to hear you say that, because with quads, I feel like, at least this is how I feel squats. So how I feel may not be how it actually works, but in my experience, I find that the upper half of the squat movement is where I'm feeling the drive from my quads, whereas anything below about maybe 95, 100 degrees, I'm feeling it more on my glutes and hams. That's very interesting that you say that. Do the reflection of the leg, your quads need to work way harder to extend it. Huh. Interesting. I could try ass to grass 225. I'm just not. I just get real nervous about it. I feel like my lower back begins to round, and that's not good. I don't care who you are or what you're doing. If your back is rounding on a squat set, that's bad. That's because what's happening there is you're inadvertently turning your squat into a good morning, and that's a recipe for disaster. I don't care who you are. Hip extensions have the bigger component of low bar squatting, bro. Supplementing good mornings if you want to boost your low bar squat. You know what? Actually, I think I might do some good mornings. Because my back is sort of sore anyway. Might not be a bad idea. And I do low bar squats. See, I'm 6'3". I'm of the mindset that if you're taller than 6 feet, there is a lot of value to going low bar because it centers the weight on center of gravity. All right, I gotta take a quick pee, and then I'll do this set. All right. Yeah, this will be my last set on the heavy stuff today. Hey Blake, thank you very much for the follow. So for good mornings, actually, POC, stick around. I'm gonna want you to look at my form. Okay. Just gonna suck myself up. I want to hit this. I want to hit this right. Come on, strong like bull. Get pissed off, come on. Ooh. Okay, that last one was janky. That last one was probably ill-advised. Yeah, I gotta go down, wait, fatigue is setting in.
Good morning is currently in a renaissance. Seat to your posterior chain build. Use your hamstrings. Your second rep was good. So that's strange. The second rep felt like the knee was deviating. It's very interesting to see the difference between what I feel and what you guys see. Obviously, you guys are the ones who are right, because you can visually see it. It's just very strange to see that disconnect, or to observe that disconnect, I should say. We're done at heavy stuff for today, though. Let's do one more set of calves while we're here, though. I've got 315 on here. Bar placement is always uneven on the first rep. I have trouble getting it right. I don't know why. It is a lot of weight. You're right. It is a lot of wasted energy. I don't know what I could really do as a cue to fix that. I know my walkout isn't good. But I haven't really figured out how to fix that. So if you have ideas, I'm all ears. That's not bad. All right, let's move down to 225. We're gonna do high bar here. And again, mostly because of my height, I don't tend to do high bar at more than about 225 to 275. You know, if you asked me to max a high bar, I'd probably get somewhere in the 300s. But why? What for? What would the benefit be? For a guy my height, low bar is both safer and more productive. Yeah. I need to. Let's try a little anthrax here. Yeah, it begs the question for sure. How can I fix that walkout, get it balanced right the first time? That's a very valid point. Definitely losing some energy to that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, I think we're just gonna do one set on this today. I was thinking about doing a volume set for low bar here. If my back's not feeling great, I don't think that's a good idea. I'd be better served doing some sets of good mornings. So I very seldom do good mornings. What do you reckon would be a good place to start? I was thinking about just doing like 45 pounds, just the bar and maybe some 5s or some 10s. You know, something very light for good mornings. If you've got an idea on that one, PO, don't be afraid to speak up. You're right, that's a very good observation on my walkout. I've noticed that before. Very lightweight. That's sort of what I was thinking, like the bar. So this bar, annoyingly when I bought it, I didn't realize it was only 35 pounds. If I had realized that when I bought it, I wouldn't have bought it, but I did. And by the time I noticed, it was too late to return it. So that's why you can see 2 plates, but I also have 5s on each end to make it 225. So the bar is 35 pounds. So I was thinking 45, which is, a normal Olympic bar. I would describe the bar as very lightweight.
Good for glutes and hams, but for longer torsos like yours, you'd be putting a lot of strain on my lower back. Yeah. Well, I was definitely, trust me, I'm not, right? So just because I don't very often do good mornings doesn't mean I'm stupid enough to try good mornings at 200 pounds. That's a really great way for me to go to the hospital. Let's not do that. Oh, well, it's good mornings. If anybody, I mean, come on. I'm not even the biggest douchebag in the gym is going to say, brah, you got such a weak good morning, brah. What's wrong with you? Nobody's going to say that. It's good mornings. Who the fuck would say that? If you ever... Bro, do you even good morning? Bro, your good morning's so fucking trash, bro. Who the hell would say that? So my deadlift max is 440, for what it's worth. Liam Reagan, if you'd be interested in going to TwitchCon, I actually bought an extra ticket. TwitchCon's the end of this month, isn't it? Liam, when is TwitchCon? And it's also in Vegas, right? I hate Las Vegas. That city shouldn't exist. But no, Dr. Whittles is correct. I do have a longer torso. I mean, I don't think my torso is exceptionally long for my height. I think it's simply that I'm 6'3". That is going to mean my torso is naturally going to be longer than most. I don't think, see, my dad is 6'4", but he carried almost all of that in his legs. His torso is, a decent size, but my dad had trouble finding pants that fit him correctly because he was 6'4", about 190 to 195, and so, finding pants with a tight enough waist but long enough legs was very difficult. I don't quite have that problem. Usually I wear like a 34, 36 or something like that. Start off with the bar. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Last week of October in Vegas. Unfortunately, I can't do that for 2 reasons. One, I despise the city of Las Vegas, and 2, I'm going to be in Dallas that weekend, actually. My brother has his birthday, so I'll be hanging out with him and the boys over at DFW. It's actually partially what I'm cutting for. The other reason is I'm taking a trip to a very nice exotic location in November. It's for my mom's birthday, so I'm not saying where it is, because if she's watching this, I don't want to give it away. But I want to look fucking shredded for that. I want the abs to be shown. At 20 to 30 pounds, depending on how it feels. Significant by the way we applied to the right. Oh yeah, I don't think, Dr. Whittles, I don't think POC is trying to argue that. I think you guys are agreeing there. I think you're right. I should do them, but I should not do them at a heavy weight. I think I'll start at 45 and see how it feels. Tell me say happy birthday, assuming he knows you stream. Oh yeah. Not only does he know I stream, he has his own content. Check out, oops. There we go. My bro is Lab Boys TV on YouTube. He does like cliff jumping, BMX, all sorts of stuff. Okay, now, I'm gonna psych up, hit this last set. We'll move to good mornings. Actually, no, we're gonna hit front squats and then good mornings. Do this correctly. There we go. So this will be high bar. You guys should notice the difference in placement.
Lightweight, come on. Come on. Didn't feel bad, but yeah, my lower back's not happy. We're gonna call quits on heavier squats there. We'll do some fronts, but that'll be it. If you don't know what this is, I'll explain it. All right, let's move to fronts. For the Indians, die for the Indians. For the Indians. God, Anthrax kicks ass. All right, we got 2 sets of fronts. We'll do good mornings. Whoa, that's a lot going on here. Okay. Billy Epler, Phantom Injury Report. Lol. The Mets are still baseball's finest comedy act. Okay, let me read chat for a moment here. Thoughts on the partnership between DraftKings and Twitch for the website brand banned unregulated gambling. Personally see nothing wrong with crypto gambling except for type 1. One type the government says okay. It's not okay. Seems weird to be using the barometer. The government says this thing's okay, so it's morally good. Crypto gamble all the time is a form of regular slots. You know, oppose both forms of gambling equal. So, as someone who owns DraftKings stock, I like it. As someone who is a Twitch content creator, I think Twitch are morally bankrupt hypocrites interested only in making money. But this shouldn't surprise you. They're owned by Amazon, one of the biggest corporations in the world. Of course, they're only interested in making money. This is why the standards for a small streamer like me and a big streamer like Amaranth are very fucking different. If I tried to show off what Amaranth shows off, I would get banned. How am I doing, Zone? My back's not very happy with me this morning. I'm down on power. It's very frustrating. But you know, you gotta still trudge through these workouts where you're not quite as strong. Okay. So we're doing heavier squats. Let's see, we've done 6, 9, 12, 17, 18. Okay, 19. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the workout. These next few sets should go a little bit faster. I don't need quite as much. I think for good mornings, I'm not going to need quite as much recovery time. I'd like to hope not, at least. And honestly, I'll probably, for good mornings, I will probably do, I don't think I'm going to go above 45. If I find that 45 is really easy, I'm just going to do more reps. Lab boys, let's go. It's my boy Lab. Gonna give you the second shout out here. So y'all go check out Lab Boys TV on YouTube. His stuff is the shit. I'm probably gonna be hanging out with him later this month because it's gonna be his birthday. We're gonna have a big ass fucking blast in Dallas. It's gonna be a good time. How am I doing today, Lab? Not too well actually. I was repping 275 for sets of 10 to 12, and only 6 to 8 on 315. I'm down on power today. Something in my lower back is not happy, and I think I know why. I think it's an overuse incidence. I was repping 315 and 365 on deadlifts, and then I did freaking power cleans on top of that on Tuesday. And then yesterday I had a pretty heavy pull day where I was repping 175 on bent over rows. I was also doing single arm pulls and lat raises. And then after that, I did several hours of yard work, including emptying the big old 65-gallon compost bin and putting all the leaf piles into the garbage bin and wheeling them over the compost pile. So my guess is it's just overuse and maybe I slept on it funny. So I think I'm going to be okay, but I am down on power today, unfortunately. Tell me if they get banned all right. I want to show chat my Speedo collection. Okay, so how tight do I put my belt for squats or deadlift? The answer, this is a great question. The answer is it depends. You want it tight enough to where it supports your back. So if you put it on the loosest, right, if you can do this with your weight belt is serving no purpose, right? If you put it so tight that you can't breathe, well, if you're going to do a heavier or a higher volume set, you're going to run out of oxygen, you're going to pass out. So don't do that either. Generally speaking, I like it firm enough to where if I flex my abs, it's pressing against the belt and it feels tight. Now, I'll usually go, there are 3 notches if I come close here. You can see there are 3 notches, 1, 2, and 3 I generally use. So it's this one, this one, and this one. This one, this one, and this one. So these 3, right, are going to be, I go for the looser ones on higher volume sets. So if I'm repping for 225, I'm going to need oxygen. And so weight belts, it's a balance. The tighter you make your weight belt, the more it's going to reinforce your back and give you more stability, the less oxygen you're going to be able to get. In other words, if you're going for a 20 rep set, you should not have it as tight as you have it on a 3 rep set. 3 rep set, you want that sucker tight. It's an anaerobic exercise. You're not going to need that much oxygen. But for a 20 rep set, obviously it's a big difference. So generally speaking, adjust it accordingly. Usually I go with one of those 3 notches depending on how, what the weight is and how many reps in a ballpark sense I expect to do. So I hope that answers your question. Let me see. Here's the good mornings. Lower slowly under control. Last thing you want is to dive bomb. Oh, hell no. Yeah, no. Good mornings are supposed to be slow. Hinge at the hips and sit back. Lower your back close to parallel. If not to parallel, depending on how your back feels. Initiate the concentric via extending the hip. Your back neutral. Bar placement should be similar to low. That's really useful. I was wondering about that. If some do it, they'll stop playing Valorant. Hires can roll till your neck during the set. That's what I was thinking. Don't push too hard. You could get yourself injured. That's why we're not, right? That's why I was only repping 7, 8, 6 on 315. So I only did 3 sets at 315. I'm frustrated though. I mean, it sucks because I wanted to hit fairly hard today. Wanted to get myself hyped up and motivated. The way I hope A&M comes out and plays against Alabama. Should be a really good ball game today. Anyway, let's finish. Let's do a set of fronts. We go from there. So yeah, so this is like actually this is a little bit tight. So this is the middle of those 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. so do some fronts. Come on. Cry, die for the Indian. All right, we'll do one more set of fronts and good mornings. New sheets the other day for some new sheets are awesome. Good front squats. Thanks, bro. Rogue Fit, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the bullpen. These bumper plates are misleading. This is a 25-pound. This is only 175. I don't tend to go for heavy weight on front squats. I don't see the point. That moment, right? So the front squat, think about where the moment is, right? Think about the 3 dimensions, up, down, forward, back, left, right, right? Left, right, and forward, or left, right, and up, down are the same for any squat. But the difference between a high bar, low bar, and a front squat is the forward, back dimension. The front squat is going to be substantially further forward than a high bar, which is further forward than a low bar. So as a result, that is going to, especially if you're taller, put a bigger moment on your knees. So if you are trying to front squat the same weight as you're back squatting, that's a recipe for disaster, or you're not going hard enough on back squats. For me, I like to do one set of front squat as a warm-up, because it really gets the range of motion going. And then I'll usually do 2 sets the same weight after I've gone through my main back squats. So we got one more set of those. Then we're going to do some good mornings. I think we'll do some kettlebells too. $175, you mean $185? No, unfortunately, so I didn't realize this when I bought the bar. I wouldn't have bought it, I said this earlier, I wouldn't have bought this bar if I had known. This is a 35-pound bar, which is weak. So it's annoying. So that's why, like, if you see me do 225 or 315, I have those little 5-pound plates on each side, you know, in addition to the 2 plates or 3 plates, because this is a 35-pound bar. It sucks, but by the time I had noticed it was 35 pounds, it was too late for me to return it, so I just deal. You know, throwing 5 pounds on each side, well, 5-pound plates is not the end of the world. Yeah, rip. Rip indeed. I got Anthrax going. I've hit Anthrax, Slayer. You know what, let's complete the big 4 set. Let's get a Megadeth song on. And there's only one Megadeth song. No, there's a lot of Megadeth songs I really fuck with, but there's one that I really identify with, and of course that's Peace Sells, because of what I do for a living. For those of you who are new and don't know what I do for a living, ask. I don't really talk too much about what I do for a living specifically, as well as my salary, unless asked. It's one of those things that I'm open about it, but I feel like if I just come out and say it, it's a little bit braggadocious. It's a little bit arrogant. Never been a fan of front squats. Personally, the thoracic extensors usually fatigue before the quads do. Listen to Blitzkrieg Metallica. That's a good song. Actually, my favorite Metallica album is either Kill 'Em All or Ride the Lightning. I think Dave Mustaine is a really, really talented artist. A lot of people say he's an asshole. I don't care about that. Dave Mustaine is an amazing guitarist. He's an amazing artist. And the fact that he created Megadeth after getting kicked out of Metallica tells you everything you need to know. And a lot of the really great tracks on Kill 'Em All, and even 1 or 2 on Ride the Lightning, were influenced by or partially written by Dave Mustaine. But no, Peace Sells is a song that's very close to my heart. It's very accurate. You know, I actually made a 6x6 political compass of different songs that I listen to when I work out. I should post that in here. What's your system? I go to court when I have to. What do you mean I can't get to work on time? Got nothing better to do. What do you mean I don't pay my bills? What do you think, I'm broke? Ha! Let's do this. But I gotta work this time. I don't know who I like more. Nah. I think I go Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, in that order. I don't like Van Halen more than any of them. Yo, Dodge, if you're looking to get in here, just say so. She ain't listening. All right, here we go. Oh, I felt the knee there. All right, we're done fronts. Let's do good mornings. Take the belt off. No need to do that for life. Can you put a price on peace? Sells, but who's buying? He sells, but who's buying? All right, so let's try good mornings at 45s. So on Four Horsemen is nuts. Oh, I love that song. But again, that's a Dave Mustaine song. That's why that song is so good. All right, I'm gonna do this Sans music, I think. So, Poco, or POC, if I'm hitting this wrong, or if there's something you're noticing in my good morning, say so. I seldom do them, so I want to make sure my form's correct. Let me go back and read that. Rest I have to go cut a tree down for our parents' house. F. QB, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the bullpen. Barbell front squats from my personal trainer. Try to do more, bend my wrist back. No. Yeah, so I go crossed arms. This, look, I get that's what some people do, especially a lot of people like to power clean that way. When I power clean, I have it here. I don't know why this doesn't feel good. It hurts my wrists, it hurts my elbows, and it hurts my forearms to do it like that. Okay, so make sure to lower it slowly under control, hinge at the hips and sit back, back close to parallel, if not to parallel. Oh yeah, and then low bar. Okay, hold up. Initiate the concentric via extending the hip while keeping the back neutral. So that's going to be low bar, so slightly knees bent. Should be like this, right? I think I have that right. If that's wrong, say so now. swings. Okay, that didn't feel right. Ooh. Just keep an eye on that. Yes, but less lumbar movement. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what you're. Ooh, there we go. Back should be a stiff lever. Okay, I see. Okay, so the spine's not neutral enough. I got you. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna really focus on, actually, I think I'll face, I'm not sure if I wanna, I think I'm gonna face towards the camera this time and away from the camera the next set. I think that's probably the wise way to do this. Okay, so low bar squat. Wide stance, slightly back. Oh my God, it's pulling on the hamstrings. That's a good feeling. 5. 6. I'm not going any heavier than this for sure. 7. 8. You should sit back more. Okay, so I'm gonna have to bend my knees a bit more. Okay. 9. Oh. 10. Until you feel that stretch contracting. So should I be feeling the stretch? Let me rack it. I should be feeling that stretch in my hamstrings, right? So that's where I'm feeling it right now. If you do it properly, there should be stretch sensation in the hamstrings. Well, then I'm definitely doing it properly because that's where I feel it. It almost feels a bit like a Romanian deadlift. That's what this feels like, the squat equivalent to a Romanian deadlift. Because with Romanians, right, you're keeping your back real tight, and you don't focus on the concentric as much. The Romanian, it's all about the eccentric, right? You're doing the same, it's the same idea, I think. It's just, you know, you're doing that with a deadlift instead of with a squat, so you can do it with more weight. Or not a squat, but a good more, you get the idea. You get what I'm trying to say. You probably bend your knees too much. Well, I can promise you, dude, I feel that in my hamstrings, so definitely don't gotta worry about that. All right, let's do some kettlebell swings. It's a much better carryover to a squat. Well, yeah. Just like a Romanian deadlift is going to have a much better carryover to a conventional deadlift. You should do both. I probably need to incorporate more good mornings into my routine. This is what this is teaching me. Not bad. Usually, good mornings at a very lightweight to prayer harmony and deadlift. I was just kidding, deadlift at all. Hey, Rainbow, thank you very much for the raid. And Illuminati demands the awesome. Well, I'm right here. Crazy. Stone cold crazy, you know. This is a Queen song, but Metallica covered it really well. The 99 mining and smithing on Wednesday. Congrats, bro. I'm on the way to 99 smithing. I'm at 94 right now. Or 93, almost at 94. Let's see here. 6, 15, 18, 21, and 24. All right. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing, except for I'm going to do it the other way around. I'm definitely feeling that in my hamstring, so I don't know if that's right or not, but it feels right. The Desert Treasure 2 lost like a million deaths. F. Slower on the eccentric. Got it. I'll do that next set. Not bad. To the symphony of destruction. Acting like a robot. You have the tendency to squat up slightly. Yeah, no, that makes sense. You need to hinge at the hips instead of trying to push up with the knees. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna do it with the back facing. It seems like you had better feedback for me when I wasn't facing the camera. Then again, I can watch myself a little bit better if I'm facing the camera. Excuse me. Oh. Oh man, I needed that. I was feeling all bloaty. That's why. All right. Let's try one more set of these. Lowering my hinge motion more if it was me out too fast. Yeah, I'm gonna face the camera because I can get a better idea of how I look. All right, knees slightly bent, hinge at the hips, try not to squat it. Okay, that felt pretty good. My back's getting sweaty, the bar's slipping. Damn. Oh, there it is. Okay, that was the one. That was how to do it right there. Oh yeah. That's it. That's right there. I found it. Eureka. Oh, that's good in the hamstrings. Yeah, I need to do more of these. All right, so POC. Do you recommend doing these after squats like I am, or in between sets of squats? Oh, okay. Woo! Feeling that. How does it feel? Oh my God. Right up here. Feeling it in the hamstrings. No, that was the one. I felt it. I was feeling it in the hamstrings before. Felt it a lot more there. Oh yeah, I can watch more workout any day. I appreciate that. I always love having you in here, Rainbow. You're cool. Here we go. All right, we're gonna do kettlebells with one arm this time. All right, that's good. God, so I got so mauled up by bugs yesterday. I ended up ripping some of the bites open into scabs, and the sweat is pouring into those bites. It stings like a bitch. Cause I ain't gonna be easy, easy, the only killed by death, killed by death. All right, so we're gonna do 3 sets of lunges. No, we're gonna do 2 sets of lunges, 2 sets of split squats, and then thrusters. I'm gonna do that with a straight bar. No, I want to do that with the trap. I like it with the trap bar better. Yeah. All right, so let's go. Start with 60s. Let's start with splits. Oh, that's 70. Can't work out right now, recovering from being sick on Tuesday after taking my blood. Ouch, that sucks. Yeah, definitely after. Good to know. I would have figured too, because it's, in general, the best way to do workouts is do your big, heavy compound stuff first, and then do your auxiliaries at lower weights after. What's the temp in here? 77. That's about right. I can't wait. It's going to get cooler in here pretty soon. It's going to make a world of difference. That's 25 Celsius for you Europeans. Still better than it used to be. Unlimited Jason, good to see you. Great football Saturday, that's right. Beat the hell out of Alabama. That's the goal. Well, honestly, at this point, I'll settle for narrowly win over Alabama. I don't really care. This is just, if A&M wants to call itself a legitimate contender, this is the game to prove it. It's that simple. Look, the wins against Auburn and Arkansas were good. There's nothing against them. Arkansas's quality team that's had some tough losses. You know, they barely lost to LSU. You know, they had a close call against BYU. And Auburn has a great defense, but Auburn can't throw the football, and Arkansas can't block. Alabama can do those things. People like to say, oh, Milrow's not a great quarterback. I think that's bullshit. I think Alabama's offensive line really hasn't gelled yet, and I think people like to hate Milrow because he just hasn't quite shown the consistency that a guy like Jalen Hurts did, or a guy like Tua did. But you know, a Tua doesn't come around every single day, not even in Tuscaloosa. So I think Alabama fans are a wee bit spoiled. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think they're almost like, it's the blue blood fan bases that are always like that. That, you know, a 9-3 season is the end of the world for them. And I'm like, bro, as an A&M fan, I would kill for a 9-3 season. It's excluding bowls. I would prefer 10-3, obviously. To me, as an A&M fan, I would be content in perpetuity if we did three things. Number one, won 9 games in the regular season. Number 2, won our bowl game. And number 3, absolutely beat the tar out of LSU because I can't stand the Tigers. I actually dislike LSU more than I dislike that orange school. And the Red River Showdown is coming up today in the Cotton Bowl, and I feel like I'm obligated to hate Texas here and root for Oklahoma, but it's Oklahoma. I have no use for that entire state, let alone any universities in it. I don't mind Oklahoma State. I like the Pokes. Their only mistake was not remaining Oklahoma A&M, but I have no use for the Sooners. The Sooners fans are, actually to be honest, I think Sooners fans might be even more insufferable than Longhorns fans, and that's saying something. Oklahoma fans piss me off. They do. Because it is the worst state in the union. I despise the state of Oklahoma. The roads are terrible. The weather is the worst in the country. The people aren't as friendly as Texas. The barbecue's not as good as Texas. The fucking Mexican food's nowhere near as good as Texas. Like, the entire purpose of Oklahoma is to be a place, like, Oklahoma exists to make other states feel better about themselves. That's what Oklahoma is. Yeah, Oklahoma was the place, like, when you peaked as Indian territory, you know you're a shithole state. If anybody in here is from Oklahoma, tell me why you like it. I don't understand. Where's the upside to living in a place like Oklahoma? The worst tornadoes in the country, extremely, winter's as cold as Kansas, summer's as hot as Texas, and now you've got earthquakes due to fracking. Where's the upside? I don't get it. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Not bad. 2 days of Bill? You mean Bull? You're talking about me, right? Like, I don't know if it's just me. Somehow or another, the normal insufferable of Texas fans just hasn't been there this year. And like, I'm trying to hate Sark, but the dude was clowning on Baylor. And that just makes me happy. I can't do it. I'm supposed to hate you guys. Stop being so likable. Well, you get me tomorrow, too. Probably will be a rest day, though. I'm a bit worse for the wear today. I'm going really slow. We're past the 2-hour mark. I need to speed it the fuck up. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Hup. Nice. I like chatting with you. Ha! Oh, I appreciate that. I got rock and roll, sing from the cup. And if that's all there is, it ain't so bad. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Appreciate that, Crossbow. Rock and roll. All right, we got 4 more sets left. 2 sets of lunges, 2 sets of thrusters. Let's fucking do this. Then we'll just do a Q&A in here, and then that'll be it. I'm not going inside. I'm too tired. I'm exhausted. Oh. Let's do a little Sex Pistols, something different. Punk rock works well for working out, too. No. I normally only lift barefoot for lunges and splits, just because that really tears up a shoe, especially those cheap Walmart brand shoes with the flat foot, so it just makes sense to do this barefoot. Three more sets. Monkey redeeming a pet bounce. All right. There we go. Oh God, I'm losing balance, I'm shot. The fuck? How in the hell? I think those are uneven. I think one of those is a 70. I don't know. Fuck. I'm dizzy. We have 2 sets left. Do some squat thrusts. Reckon we'll go for quarters on this one. It's a hexagon hula hoop. So it's not a hexagon hula hoop. This is a hex bar. It's also known as a trap bar. The reason it's called trap bar is because a lot of people, myself included, like to work the traps work with it as a shrug. You can use these for deadlifts. You can use them for thrusters. I prefer using a trap bar for thrusters as opposed to a straight bar, because the likelihood that in the movement you hit yourself in the face is a lot lower. I'm personally not a huge fan of hitting myself in the face. That's a personal preference, I know. So, keep that in mind. If you're a fan of hitting yourself in the face, more power to you. I'm not. All right. Let's finish with a little Alice in Chains. One of my favorite songs from Alice in Chains is one they released in the 80s, actually, 1989, before they got popular, before they even released Facelift, their first major hit, Man in the Box. It's called Chemical Addiction. And it was never released on any LPs. It was released on a couple box sets and one very rare EP called Sweet Alice that was released in 1989. So most people don't know about the track, but it's one of their best. It's a raw, young Lane Staley who is, predictably, as most Alice in Chains songs are, talking about heroin addiction, because it's Alice in Chains, that's what they did. Alice in Chains wrote amazing music and did heroin. That's more or less how the band worked. If you got any questions, just shoot. Got to bail out in 20 minutes. All right, we only got 2 sets left anyway. I've never seen one before. You've never seen the trap bar. They're fantastic. It's a really good addition. It's a really good way to two. If you are someone who is maybe on the taller side or you've had back issues and you're really scared of doing a deadlift, trap bar deadlifts are a really good way to get most of the deadlift motion with the hip hinge, but not put quite as big a moment on your lower back. I'm a huge fan of trap bar. I like to mix it in with a lot of things. So what's a squat, or what's a thruster? A thruster or a squat thrust is real simple. You go down, you come up. It's a full body exercise, and you feel it at the end of them. I'm hoping I let these down deep enough for this to work. If not, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take it off of the racks and come up a little bit more. That's just gonna be easier. So if I'm here, I want the camera just a touch further up. Move you guys back just a hint more. Every inch is gonna count here for y'all's ankle. Let's do this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be low enough. half rack, smoking out till it's all black. Death trap, watch me going blind. Oh. Yeah, I did great for shrugs. Abs are showing. Thanks, Rihanna. Yeah, I'm on a cut right now. That's why. Oh, what you do? Chemical addiction is getting rid of you. So high colors turn to sound. Goodbye. Let us in, and we'll lay you in the ground. Check the graph I posted before. No. So, POC, please go into my Discord and post that in there. Even if I was looking at it, I would not have the blood flow up here to process and understand it well enough. This is hard. Music you're singing, random music, no. I've run into trouble with Twitch too many times to really mess with that. I know a lot of people will play music on their VOD, or play music on their stream, and then take it off on their VODs and their YouTube exports, but I just don't want to risk it. I walk on eggshells around Twitch. Technically, that's against the rules, but Twitch doesn't seem to enforce it, but they could, and I don't trust Twitch not to come after me, so. Sometimes I sing it because it hypes me up. It's okay. You just sing so badly that Twitch can't recognize that song you sing. Well, you can sing a song, you just can't play the song. Dead zone, days. Oh, I did this wrong. This is flipped. There we go. For these, I prefer to grip the bottom rung. For shrugs, I grip the top rung, so that's not the point. And then for deadlifts, I also grip the bottom rung. All right. That's the last set, baby. Last fucking set. Lightweight. Lightweight, strong like bull. Come on. Come on. No quit. No quit. No quit. Fourth quarter, baby. Fourth quarter. Twelve for the 12th man. Let's go, Aggies. 10, 11, come on. One more. Ah! All right, I'm done. That's it. I'm exhausted. You gotta follow. Puppy Pound Gaming 69, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the hydrate. Zone, I'll do that in just a minute. Air first, then water. Need air. All right, that is the end of the workout, the beginning of Q&A. So, I'm gonna sit here, and you guys ask me anything about diet, exercise, my plans, finances. It's all up to you guys. We'll park the bench, and we'll sit for a spell. All right. Decide I'm gonna do some grilling today later. That'll be fun. Hey, we got a new follow. It looks like something French. Les Poussin de... I don't know how to say that. Guy with a French name, thank you very much for the follow. Good morning. Welcome. Cheers for the vibes. Got my coffee, waiting for my date to confirm. Nice. Good luck on your date. Hope it goes well. So, that was a pretty good workout. We hit, let's not have our phone fall off, that would be bad. We hit today 2 sets of squat, 10 and 12 at 275, it's lower than normal. I'm a bit sore. 3 sets of 315, 6, 7, and 8. 1 set at 225 for 11, but it was a high bar set. 3 sets at 45 for good mornings. 3 sets of 8 at 175 for front squats. 3 sets of 20 raider pulls. 3 sets of 20 pullovers. 3 sets of 25, 25, and 20. Or should be 10. It was individual. Kettlebell swings. 6 sets of calves, 2 at 275, 4 at 315. 2 sets of 7 at lunge, 60 dumbbells, and 2 sets of 10 split squats at 60 dumbbells, and then 2 sets of 12 for squat thrusts, or thrusters, or whatever the fuck you call them. And then so far today I've had 1 protein shake, 430 calories, 80 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat, and 14 grams of carbs. Whew! All right. So, let's see, we'll check the Discord, make sure don't have any questions on there I'd like to answer on stream. Sometimes I get sent those. So let's see. Trying to get my wedding finalized ASAP. Oh, congratulations. Enjoy marital bliss, hopefully. Doesn't look like I've got anything in there. Nope. All right. I'm tired. Being up to is stressful. Yeah, one of my good buddies who's a coworker just had a wedding over in Augusta, and we were out on honeymoon in, I think, Maui? No, Kauai. One of those Hawaiian islands that isn't Oahu. And he said by the time that it was like the week leading to, it's just like, I just want to get this over with. This is so stressful. Hey Ag, who in chat is a regular. Zone's usually pretty regular. Understanding one, he was in here earlier. Tabs is fairly regular. Oh, Lab Boys comes in fairly often. Who else is in here? Phoenix is usually in here pretty regularly. Rainbow the Panamancer rated me, which is pretty dope. POC was in here earlier, and he was helping out a lot. He was giving me a lot of good advice. It was a hard workout. The numbers were just not where I wanted them to be today, and it's because I'm just sore. I think I've overtrained a bit, so I think I'm just gonna. Tomorrow will be a rest day. I would love to do a boxing workout or some other sort of cardio, but it's just not smart. Kind of wish we had eloped. A lot of people who are right before their wedding day say that. Let's grab this. What's the temperature in here? It is 78 degrees, so it's getting warmer. Today's my rest day, cardio only. Yeah, tomorrow will be my rest day. Probably go for a big walk. Actually, I'm probably gonna do a lot of yard work tomorrow. Probably today as well. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lay down. Just kind of let my back rest for a bit. Oh, wow, okay. That feels pretty good. I'm just gonna extend my arms up over my head. We can do a laying down stream. Maybe I should. Nah. I'm going to do a deload week before I head out to Texas, just because that'll be the end of my cut. I'm going to be pretty exhausted anyway, low calories, running deficits, and then I just haven't done a deload week in a long time, so I'll probably do that. I'll probably just go to 60% of the weight. So if that's 315, that means probably rep at 175, 185 for squat, for instance. Just do sets of 12. That. Appreciate that, bud. It's getting done. Yeah. So this is, again, audience, if you guys have any questions about diet, exercise, any of that jazz, this is the time to ask. One other thing. I'm going to have an interview that I did with Severus, one of my regulars, and one of the mods here. He came. He was that older guy who was hanging out with me. He's not old, but he's just older than me. He was hanging out here with me for a weekend. We did an interview, and that should be on YouTube. I just need to go back and check it and make sure there's nothing else I want to have changed. I've been meaning to do that, and I just haven't. I'll probably do that once I'm off the air. But I'll post that in announcements. I'll do my first, hopefully, clean bulk next year. Any suggestions for a noob? I've only done one bulk, and it was a dirty one, so I'm not ideal in terms of helping you with this one, but when I do my bulk, I'm going to start a bulk probably around Thanksgiving this year, so it's 6-ish weeks, and I think this time my goal is to really hit the calories a little bit more consistently. So I'm going to be targeting about 4,000 calories. For me, on days where I work out, it's usually 3,300 to 3,500 calories. Well, 3,100 to 3,500 calories burned, depending on how intense the workout is and what else I do in a day. So you want to be about 500 calories to 750 calories over your total daily expenditure when you're bulking. You're going to put on a little fat. Everyone does if you're bulking correctly. Lean bulks are very tough to do unless you hit your macros just dead on perfect. And good luck if you can do that. How long do you do a bulk for? This is a good question. I think the answer varies on how much you're looking to put on. In general, just in the same way that you don't really want to cut more than 1% body weight a week, you don't want to bulk more than 1% body weight a week. So for me, that's about 2 pounds a week. So if I wanted to be 225 and I started at 205, it'd take me about 9 to 10 weeks. If I want to be 235, it'd take me a lot more. I'm thinking I want to bulk through the entire winter. So it's going to be November, December, January, probably February. I'm going to bulk all the way through. I'm thinking I may even just lose the abs entirely by doing this, but I want to see if I can put on a lot more weight and a lot more muscle. So that means I'm thinking probably hit, I'd like to get to 235 or 240. That would be really cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is 6 weeks of bulk, and then one maintenance week, kind of let my body adjust. I'm probably gonna do, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Probably 6-1, 6-1, or maybe 5-1, 5-1. If I start Thanksgiving, so that'll be 6 weeks to the end of the year. So that'll be Thanksgiving to January 1st is 6 weeks. January, February is about another 9 weeks. 8 weeks. So that's 14 weeks right there. So if I wanted to go really till about March 1st on the bulk cycle, it'd give me about 14 weeks. So yeah, 6-1, 6-1. So it's gonna be bulk, maintenance, bulk, maintenance. Chris told me I shouldn't count on getting abs for this cut. I'm hoping to grow more core in the bulk, just won't be able to see it probably all of this process. It depends on what body, like how long are you cutting for, what body fat are you starting at, and like if you're really good at squats and you do your abs every day, you may see more results. Like you may find you're gonna get the Apollo's belt first, you're not gonna see as much definition in the midsection, right? Even for me, you can see some, but I have to kind of flex it for you to actually see abdominal definition. If I'm just relaxing like this, it doesn't look like I have abs. But if I'm trying to make it look like I have abs, I have abs. Has anyone ever told you she's the same look as Jim Carrey? Do you mean Jim Carrey, the actor that was in The Mask? Also, thanks for the first time chat there. Lure Son. I can't do all the great facial expressions that Jim Carrey can. I can't do that. I could play What Is Love. Da, 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 da. You know. Not so much in the middle, just the oblique area. Yeah, sounds about right. So yeah, tomorrow will be a rest day. I might play some RuneScape. We're getting close to 99 smithing, so might see me do more of that. Might see me do more Dragon Slayer. Might see me do something else entirely. I could play Halls of Torment again. Really kind of up to the chat. So, you know, play that as you will. Thanks for the help. Of course. No, that's what I love. So in this stream, this is a great example. So POC was helping me with Good Morning. So this chat, like this stream for me, I learn just as much as I teach. And that's really fun. I love that. I do. If we don't have any other questions, and again, it can be about anything at this point. Finances, it can be about diet, exercise, bulking, cutting, what I'm going to be doing on this stream in the next coming weeks to months. Now's the time to say so. Now, I'll talk a little bit more about the bulk. So if I bulk from Thanksgiving for about 14 weeks, and I'm getting 1% of body fat roughly, or 1% of body weight roughly per week, so that's 2 pounds. So it's 2 pounds. If it's for 14 weeks, but I'm maintaining 2 of them, that's really gonna be 12 weeks, so 2 times 12, you're roughly 24, 25 pounds. So that would make me go from 205 to about 230. That seems about right. I might extend that depending on how well the bulk goes and how much more muscle I gain. I could see myself attempting 240. Come on, I have to leave you to do my gym. Good day to you all. Well, all right, I appreciate you coming in, Forson. If you like what I do, hit that follow button. If you really like what I do, check out my Discord. There's the link. But the U.S. Thanksgiving's on a different day. Oh, you can. Oh, right. Yeah, you're not from America. Yeah, Thanksgiving's here is the third Thursday in November. 3rd or 4th Thursday in November. It's somewhere around like November 20th, November 25th, somewhere around there. Because I've got a vacation from November 11th to 19th where I want to look shredded, I want to look nice and lean, and then that's where it's, putting up. Canadian Thanksgiving is this weekend. Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense because, right, Canada's just fucking depressing to live in November. Whereas down here, especially in the deep south, November is very pretty. I mean, here I think the high is going to be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit today. It's already about 80 degrees Fahrenheit in this gym. It was 78 last time I checked, but I'm not going to get an accurate reading from my watch now because it's on my wrist. But add your Discord. Cool. Welcome on in. So if we don't have anything else, I think I may raid. Young at Heart 1985. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Welcome to the bullpen. Those in chat who don't know, CC means credit card. Yeah. Just name on Discord is Zonka. See you soon. Thank you. Canadians had a holiday in November because their Halloween and Thanksgiving are just way too close together. Facts. How old are you? I was born 1995, so I'm 28 years old. And then October onwards, just thou shall not mention Mariah goddamn Carey in my fucking stream. We are not doing Mariah getting in here. This is a Mariah safe space. Get her the out. Look, okay. Christmas is taking over, has already taken over Thanksgiving. That bothers me because Thanksgiving's my second favorite holiday. Don't let it take over Halloween as well. Fucking send Mariah to fucking Nunavut or something and let her walk back. That should give us enough time to where it won't be December till we actually fucking hear her. I don't even hate the song. I don't even hate the song. Stop fucking playing it in November. Look, okay, and here's why this bothers me, okay? I am a Christian, and as it turns out, we Christians have a literally church-defined season for when to get ready and prepare for Christmas. It's called Advent. Use Advent. That's what it's there for. It's the literal reason it exists. Start enjoying all the Christmassy stuff during Advent, and because you waited until then, you're not going to be burned out on it by December 16th. So do you have any workout advice for someone with a bad back? Okay, Young at Heart. Good news for you here is I actually had, I've had a little bit of back pain today, so I was a little bit lighter on my squat workouts than I normally would. My advice to you is don't shy away from squats. My second advice is to do some ab work. Strong abs makes for a strong back. If you squat more than your body weight, use a weight belt. I can show you what a weight belt looks like if you don't know. I assume you do. As far as something else with a bad back, pull-ups. Another really good one too is if you're putting a compressive load on your back via say squats or something like that, you can then do dead arm hangs to let your back decompress. So dead arm hang is just the bottom of a pull-up where you don't do a pull-up. Oh yeah. Like this. Easy. So that's just one really good example. Puppy Pound Gaming 69, I have a hurt back and just do lightweight. See that I think you do have to do somewhat heavyweight, otherwise it becomes a crutch and you don't get strength. Now, you gotta listen to your body. It's a balance. So some days your back is just genuinely gonna be screaming at you to do less volume and less weight. My back was doing that today, and I know why. I hit a really heavy deadlift day about 4 days ago. I hit a heavier than normal pull day, including back muscles yesterday, including like bent over rows. Bent over rows doesn't work your lower back quite as much, but it did mean my upper back was also sore coming in. And then I did a ton of yard work yesterday, which, it's like taking wheelbarrows full of leaves and dumping them in the compost pile. It's a lot of, bending over and picking shit up. So that's, you're gonna have a sore back. We complete this project so I can get paid. Have a great weekend. Good to see you, Taps Voice. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Start with lightweight, work myself up. I'm paranoid. Sometimes I may overdo it. How tall are you, Young at Heart? So if you're over 6 feet on squats, you may want to try low bar squat. Low bar versus high bar helps a ton if you are tall. I'm 6'3", so I prefer low bar squat. Give low bar a chance. So who else have we got? I'm going to look for someone to raid because it's getting a bit late in the day. I've got other stuff I need to get done. Yeah, if you're 6'1", I'd consider, if you don't try low bar squats, I would go look up low bar squats. Alan Thrall is the guy I really like on YouTube. He's I really dig all of his content. He's entertaining, but his advice is really sound. He's motivational without being judgmental. So I strongly endorse Alan Thrall. I like his stuff. Randall Strawson, Super Squats, is another really great book to read. I think everyone should try the Super Squats workout once in their life. I'll warn you, it's really fucking hard. You're gonna want to die under that squat rack, but you will see results. Let's go give Joe workouts a raid, unless she's about to raid someone. No, she's still working out. I think we're gonna give Joe workouts a raid. So I will be live again at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you want to talk more, get more advice, come check out my Discord. You can type that exclamation mark in the chat so you get the link for the raid. So raid message is Bull Rush. We're gonna raid Joe workouts. Joe's great. She's got really great audience, really good channel, and she's very motivational as well. So that's gonna be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and as always, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your habits. Those habits, they form your values. Those values form an ethos. That ethos can be the guide star through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. Come in for the hug. Big hug. All right, YouTube, it's been good. I gotta heal my back. This ain't ideal.